Yay Media Group.
Why don't you pick out a car and then...
No, not buy it, but just see, like, hey, Jeff, these are pictures from my phone. Because I know what you like, because I know you. And I know you'd be like, no, that's not for me.
And I know what you like, and I already don't like the price.
Hey guys, episode 169, another crazy day. We just got back from Chicago. We're doing, well, not tonight. We didn't just get back, but yesterday we just got back from Chicago where we are recording this on Tuesday night. We're doing another night episode. I feel like this is kind of the norm, just with school, sports, everything going on.
Yeah, a lot going on. So yeah, you guys will be listening to this on Wednesday, and Taylor Swift got engaged today. So you could mark the date.
That's all I heard on my thing. I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Just to make sure we're current. We're current with
People
all
are
the
like,
news.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how to handle myself right now. Like some of the videos.
People are like freaking out. TMZ was on in the background at work today, and like the girls there were acting like, who work at TMZ, were acting like 12-year-old girls.
I know, we're not Swifties.
Not that I'm not a Swiftie, but I'm not, I mean, good for them, but I don't know about like fanning yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, good for them that they found love. I honestly didn't think it would last, but good for them.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. But that's in the news, and people are freaking out, and people are very excited. So
yeah, trust me. I just got on my Instagram, and that is all I saw. They're engaged, and then her ring. And then every person I follow that's a jewelry designer is like guessing how many carats it is and blah, blah, blah.
Well, we'll get into some other topics that are current right now. But I did want to kind of, well, not tell you guys all about, the celebration of life for my mom. But it was a rough weekend. It was beautiful at the same time. My family and Jordan, everyone was so great at like getting pictures together and setting up and reaching out to everybody. And, there was a lot of people there. And my buddies who has a restaurant in Chicago called Pasta di Arte, it was nice that he held it. So it's a familiar place. And, my family was there, some close friends. And it was a sad weekend, but it was nice to see some old family members and old friends and people I haven't seen in a while under those circumstances. But yeah, just it was tough, but it's time to move on now and never forget the memories that I have. But I do have to start putting the pieces back together just for my own self, because it was a rough weekend. I broke out in this rash. Like, I don't know if you could see, it's like crazy. So I don't know if I think it was the shirt I was wearing. I was just wearing a black like button down shirt, but I didn't wash it.
I feel like you have more on your neck now that you say it.
I know. I got to go get some like Sudafed or something, or Benadryl later. Because I don't know if it's stress or it was the shirt I was wearing, because I didn't wash it. I just bought it and put it on. And I was wearing like a tank top underneath. So I don't know if the shirt got all on me or if it's just stress or a combination of everything. But yeah, I got to start taking care of myself a little bit. So stop looking at me like that.
No, I'm just looking at your neck because I'm trying to think of what it is, but I don't know what it is.
So don't write in and say I'm not wearing my ring or my watch or my I'm not wearing anything, because I just got back from work and I took all that stuff off and I put aloe all over my body. And I'm wearing one of these soft like t-shirts to not aggravate it. But right after this, I'm going to go get like some Sudafed. What do you take? Sudafed or Benadryl? What are you laughing at?
Poor love.
Dude, it's all over my arms.
What else?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm falling apart, but yeah, this is
I was thinking it was the shirt because
I think so too.
Because it's happened before. If you are a longtime follower, you knew this is before Lawson was born. We thought we had bed bugs in our old apartment. That was when New York City had that outbreak with bed bugs and you were hearing about it everywhere. And then Jeff had a friend that had bed bugs in his apartment. This was when we lived in Santa Monica. And Jeff broke out into like this hive and we thought we had bed bugs. And I was like almost crying about it, but it ended up being the detergent. But
yeah, kind of look like, you probably can't see on my arm, but just like almost like little bites. It's the same thing, but this is way worse. Like on my neck, you can't see.
It's getting worse.
But that's worse. So I don't know maybe just from sweating and it was a long day and
stress can do a lot.
So I don't know. I got to figure it out. Hopefully I'll take some stuff tonight.
It was beautiful. being there, seeing everyone. When some of Mary's cousins came in, the Golden Girls, that's when I got super teary-eyed and emotional. Your cousin Teresa. And she said some beautiful words about your mom. I mean, everybody did. And it was nice to see everybody. It's a little overwhelming because they have a very big family. And it was a lot of talking, but it was good to see everyone, like Jeff said. And it was really weird because across the street from the restaurant that we were at, Pasta de Arte, across the street was a place called Mary's Bar.
Yeah.
And one of your friends pointed that out to me. And they're like, look at that. Isn't how ironic? And then you guys all noticed it. And Jeff and his family walked over to go take a shot. I stayed back with the kids and watched them. And yeah, it was a nice day. It was very emotional. Your mom would be very happy how it turned out.
Yeah, it was great. But
I say it says a lot when people who are divorced and the ex-wives who haven't been in the family in a long time come to celebrate your mom. That says a lot.
Yeah. It was a lot of people. Like I said, a great turnout. The day went good, but now it's time to, again, get on because that's what she would like me to do. Not that I'm going to ever forget it or I haven't changed as a person totally. And obviously I'm not over it if this rash has anything to do with it. But I got to get my head in the right spot. And you guys have been here about it week after week. So there's some more personal stories that I'll just keep to myself and just share with the family. But, it really puts into perspective, again, there's a lot of things going on. Taylor Swift is out there, Cracker Barrel, Sydney Sweeney ads, and it all means shit, to be honest with you, when it comes down to family and your own mortality and what's important in life and raising your kids. But let's continue to bash each other on the internet over whether Cracker Barrel should be rebranded or not. You know what I mean? It's it really, when you look at that stuff now, it's like, it looks insane. It looks like there's insane people running big businesses, fighting with each other. I think half of the people on the internet are robots if they're not mentally insane as it is. And CEOs are just bowing down to it. And I laugh. I literally laugh. I'm like, this isn't real. I'm like, this is fake. And they're like, no, at work, they're like, this is real. Cracker Barrel's racist and you have to I'm like, what are you talking about? What in the world are you talking about?
I have the best memories as a kid driving with my mom and dad, and I would spend the summers with my grandparents. And we would meet my grandparents in Pigeon Forge. And we would go halfway, and every time we stopped, we would go to a Cracker Barrel. Or even if you're just traveling, like for Christmas, we would drive to my grandparents. We never flew. We always drove, and it was a 12-hour drive. And we would stop in Tennessee and go to a Cracker Barrel. And you sit in the rocking chairs while you're waiting because it's always a long wait. And you go inside, and it has all the knickknacks. And then you have your Tennessee sweatshirts that the Cracker Barrel is selling. You get your country fried steak, green beans, mashed potatoes, home cooked meal. And then you're so full the rest of the way on the drive. And I have so many memories just with my family, everybody going there and meeting up. And we had a wedding in West Virginia, and Jeff had never been. And I was like, let's go. And it was on a Sunday, and it was in a small town. And I think the wait was over an hour. And we just wanted to get home because we were hungover from the wedding. And we didn't stop and eat. And I wish we would have, because I don't think you've never been, right?
No, you introduced me to it. I didn't know what it was.
What?
I didn't know what Cracker Barrel was.
They're always on the interstate.
I know, but I just never paid attention to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you brought me there for the first time when we met. And I was like, oh, I didn't know what I thought it was. I thought it was like a furniture store or something. I didn't know what I thought it was. Yeah.
But I mean, the sign with the guy on the rocking chair, the older man in the rocking chair in the barrel.
Is that what part is that racist?
I have no idea. I saved this today. My Lawson had practice tonight, and my phone didn't have good internet, but I saved this because they made a statement out because people are banning, the Southern people band together.
Well, I never really went there, but I'll never go there again just because they rebranded it and they made it look like a TCBY. It looks like just totally vanilla in there.
I haven't seen the pictures of the inside, but I looked up their Instagram. But this statement, they said, it's a promise to our guest. If the last few days have shown us anything, it's how deeply people care about Cracker Barrel. We truly are grateful for your heartfelt voices. You've also shown us that we could have done better job sharing who we are and who we'll always be. What has not changed and what will never change are the values this company was built on when Cracker Barrel first opened in 1969. Hard work, family, and a scratch-cooked food made with care. A place where everyone feels at home no matter where you're from or where you're headed. That's the Cracker Barrel you'll always find. It's too long to read everything.
Oh, they issued a statement since all the backlash in their stock plummeted a little bit?
August 25th.
That was
so
yesterday.
They came out with it and bring back. So somebody in the comments, stop spitting in our faces and telling us it's sweet tea. Bring back the old logo. We don't want the remodeled stores. We want the old rustic floors that creak as you step on them, which is true. We want to step into a restaurant that looks like it's lit by oil lamps. We don't want bright LED lit stores with modern art. I want to see rusty farm equipment all over the walls. I want it to look like the back of an old Southern farmhouse.
Isn't that the whole theme of the restaurant, though? I don't need you to write in and tell me why I'm racist for questioning Cracker Barrel. If that's your kind of attitude towards it, go somewhere else, because I'm not here for that anymore, and we don't play that game anymore. I just think that big corporations bowing down to this tiny, small, angry mob is insane. And I can't believe they're doing it. That's just the theme of the store. When you go to a rainforest cafe, I don't even know if those are around anymore, but you want to sit in a rainforest. When you go to a country store, you want to sit somewhere where it resembles the country. What are you talking about? I don't understand. The rainforest is getting demolished. So because the rainforest is demolished, they should close all rainforest cafes now? Like, is there a reason? You could find a reason to close anything when you go back. And I think any corporation that's been around for more than 100 years has some ties to some sort of racism in the past, because that's the way times were 100 years ago. And I didn't know.
But you can't have any history. Everything's got to be completely erased.
Why do you whitewash the whole place? When I use the term whitewash, I mean, like, they just vanillafied it. Like, from the insides of it, it looks like an old TCBY. And their stocks did go down. I don't know if they'll come back. I don't know if people care, but it's just things like that where CEOs, again, bow down to the small minority of people that are angry. I don't support that. I've never even been, I've been to Cracker Barrel maybe twice in my life. I'll never go back just because of that. So I say, like, I don't use that stuff in my life to represent who I am. I'm like, listen, I'm going to go wherever I want to go. Just seeing that, I'll pick somewhere else to go when I'm on the road, because I don't like that corporations bow down to that type of pressure and that type of angry mob, because it's really, really ridiculous. The same with the Sydney Sweeney thing. I think that's completely ridiculous.
I don't know how accurate this is, but I saw that, I don't know if this is accurate, but they said she made like them $400 million in like a day. Something crazy like that.
Well, people do. They get emotional about things. So whether you're in support of it or against it, whether it's Sydney Sweeney or
Sydney Sweeney was just in denim. What was wrong with what she was wearing? She has big boobs. She's hot.
It's something about like your jeans don't look as good. It was like a play on words.
Oh,
they played on words, and they said, because you're white, because if you're anything else but white, you don't look good. That's not what they meant. It's a play on words. You have good genes. Anyone could have did that ad. They show that side by side with Beyonce. They could have did that ad for her too. Beyonce has good genes. She looks good. I don't know why we got away from this, like, represent everybody in your ad. You want to look, the mannequins at sports stores look like that for a reason, because you want to look at that mannequin and be like, damn, I want to look like that in that shirt. You know what I mean? Not a guy who sat around his whole life watching people play sports. I want to look like the guy who plays sports. I'm like, that's what I want to drive for. That's my ambition. Not someone who sat around giving their opinion about everything, kind of like I'm doing on this podcast right now.
No, but if you
it's just
see
like,
somebody skinny, they're supporting eating disorders.
Okay, so then why is every celebrity on Ozempic then? It's so hypocritical that they all stick up for it. It's like the world's gone insane. Like, the world has gone insane, and common sense has flew out the window.
That's why I don't.
And no matter what you say, everyone's like, you don't see it because you don't come from this point of view. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how like I started this whole rant. What's really important is family and close friends and raising your family the right way and using common sense. The internet could do whatever they want. The small mob could come for whoever they come for. Use common sense in your day-to-day life. And I really, truly believe that people still do use common sense. But speaking of common sense, let's take a break here. And my rash is acting up because I'm getting heated up. I've been drinking AG1 every single day. A lot has happened in my life and our lives, but that is something I've done daily for years now.
I love AG1. I use it for energy, for gut health. I always do 4 ounces, 1 scoop, and then vitamin D3, K2. Shake it up and you're good to go.
Just 1 scoop contains your multivitamins, pre and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants in one daily habit. Supports energy, improves digestion and gut health, fills nutritional gaps in your diet, and it supports immune health. All the reasons and more why we love AG1.
Both of us are super excited about AG1. They came out with a variety of new flavors. We just got some in the mail, so I'm excited to try the citrus.
I'm trying to improve daily, and AG1 is constantly improving, and that's why we've been partnered with AG1 for so long.
AG1 is your daily health drink that got a lot more flavorful.
That's right. With citrus, berry, and tropical flavors, there's no excuse not to drink AG1. They're constantly improving. Go to our link, drinkag1.com/togetherness. You'll get a free welcome kit worth $76 when you subscribe, including 5 AG1 travel packs, a shaker, canister, and a scooper. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness to try out those new flavors and get a free welcome kit.
Okay, welcome back. I was trying to wait till you finished your sip.
Do you have some stuff to say?
No, my topic today I wanted to talk about was the Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
but
was it?
You went right into it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because it did make me like, I don't know what to think. You know, when you go through something so heavy that we just all went through together, and then you see people fighting about like these types of things, you know, and it's all over. It's like, it's crazy. But I guess, I don't know. I'm excited about football season coming back. So I guess that's just as dumb to some people as being angry over a Cracker Barrel logo.
People get angry if you put your Christmas tree up too early.
Well, get
And
angry
that's
at
a
us because
problem.
we put it up early.
It's always something. And I think you just see it more. And like you said, it's just a small little portion of it. And then everybody bows down to it because pretty much if you talk to everybody else around you, nobody thinks that way.
Yeah, no. I just think it's a reason to be mad about something. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it, we've talked a bunch about this, but I'm always like interested in talking about things like this because I love to know where people are coming from. I like to see their point of view. I want to sit down with everybody. There's nobody I don't want to not talk to, especially when I did that Daily Blast live show. I always wanted to talk and see what you had to say on the other side and why you think that way. I do think you're mentally insane if you do think that way. And I'm sure you feel just like a mirror. You think I'm mentally insane for the way I feel. But I think I'm just using common sense. Nobody's getting hurt. I don't understand the racism part of it. I think people are getting fatigued on everything being racist. And then if you do one little thing, you're Hitler all of a sudden. People are over that. They're over that.
The
you know?
new Cracker Barrel sign. It reminds me of like Golden Corral.
I've never been there either.
I kind of got a little grossed out by Golden Corral. I never went there.
I don't think I've ever been
I
there.
always felt like it was like older people. There used to be a place, I don't know if they're everywhere, K&W cafeteria. That's like Southern type food.
Oh, really? It sounds gross. It's a restaurant called the cafeteria?
K&W.
I'm not big on like, offense to, how people grew up with food in the South. Like you think I eat weird things too. Like all different types of fish and stuff.
When we got off Big Brother and we were, remember, I'd be like, oh, let's go here. It was just like a chain or like fast food because that's what I was used to eating. And you're like, no, let's go sushi. I'm like, ew, who eats sushi? Ew.
But I'll rock out at an Arby's when I'm on the road. What's your favorite like road stop? Like I remember back in the day with my grandma and my mom, like this is how far back. It was like 5 for $5. Do you remember like beef and cheddar's 5 for $5?
No.
Dude.
Can we talk about this though? If you ever ride by an Arby's, no one's there ever. ever. You might see one car at Arby's.
I haven't been to Arby's in a
The last
while.
time we were at Arby's was Vegas. You and I were so hungover, and
We crushed an Arby's.
and you were like, "Let's go to
Yes.
Arby's." And we didn't have Lawson yet, and we were.
Was it good?
I guess so. Yeah, my mom used to always take a long walk and then go to Arby's and get a beef and a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, dude, a beef and cheddar on an onion bun. Those fries rock out in the Arby's sauce. I think I'm gonna go get some.
The curly fries are
Yeah,
really
I'm gonna go
good.
get Arby's and do a little experiment and see if I still like it.
But nobody goes.
Why not?
I don't know. It's always like empty.
I used to rock out with
I
Red
want to know
Lobster.
where it's from. Where's that? Where do they get that meat from? That's kind of like, that's where I think now. When I was younger, I didn't care. I used to go to Wendy's. There was one by my high school. I used to go to Wendy's all the time and get a number 7 with a Coke and or spicy chicken. And it was so good. And I never even thought about it. But now I can't even tell you the last time I had Wendy's.
But they have to live up to a certain standard, right? Because the
I just
FDA
go
is looking at,
Chick-fil-A.
so they have like a base standard that the quality of their meat, which I don't know, in America everything's falling apart in that industry
When
as
I
well.
was in hair school, one of the girls went to Burger King, and it was I went to Paul Mitchell Hair School in Charlotte, and there was, I don't know if it's still there, a Burger King right there at the school, and everybody would walk there. I never would eat at Burger King, and she bit into her chicken and it was raw. And ever since then, if I see Burger King, I'm like, ugh.
Something like that'll turn you
I
off
can't.
maybe for life, if not like 10 years. I got food poisoning from Sizzler when I was young.
Sizzler?
Remember Sizzler,
Yeah.
the buffet? I used to love buffets when I was like a kid.
See, buffets gross me out
See, I
because
used to
I'm
love
like,
them 'cause
you're leaning over.
I know, it is
and your
kinda-
hair, ew.
It is kind of disgusting now that I think about it. But when I was younger, you know what I mean? You're like in your teenage years, you're like, dude, I could eat as much as I want for $12 or whatever it is. So I went to Sizzler and I got, like when you're really sick, you kind of could pinpoint what's making you nauseous.
Uh-huh.
It was the blue cheese from their salad bar.
Ooh.
And I didn't eat blue cheese or Sizzler for like 10 years. I'm over it now. But
Normally, after you get really sick off of something, you can't eat it. I still remember this. First grade, I had banana pudding, and my mom put vanilla wafers in
ooh,
it.
that's a jam.
I got like so sick. I mean, projectile vomiting after eating that. And still to this day, will not eat. I can eat a banana, like a peel banana. I cannot have anything banana. It makes me want to like vomit.
That makes me want to make it right now with the vanilla wafers in there and they get all soggy. Ooh, that sounds really good. I haven't had that in a long, long time.
I can't. And that was first grade. I still remember. And it like ruined it for me.
But going back, what's your jam?
Oh.
What's your go-to like road trip? All right,
Fast
let's
food
stop. Whatever you
anything?
want. But you got to think what's on the road. You're in the middle of Oklahoma. There's certain options. You know what I mean?
It used to be with my family, Cracker Barrel. That was like the spot. Or what's the one with the little burgers? What is that called?
White Castle?
Yes, White Castle. We used to stop by White Castle.
Really? Because there's
on the
not a
road,
lot of White
on
Castles.
85, Interstate 85. We would go. I don't think that they might not even be around anymore. But that used to be go-to. We just get a huge order and just pass them around. The
Crystal
whole cart would
burgers?
smell like onions.
Yeah.
You know, they have like the little diced onions. Normally, if I do stop anywhere, like when I leave Chicago and I'm heading down to my grandparents and
Yeah.
I'm traveling, I stop at like Panera drive-through and I'll grab like half of a sandwich. That's
Yeah.
kind of like my thing
But
now.
when you went on a road, like when you're on a road trip, I'm talking like 2 days, 8 hours in, you want to like sit down and take a load off a little bit. You know what I
Olive
mean?
Garden,
I was just putting in
soup and salad.
that was my go-to, I
We're
think.
due for an Olive Garden trip.
I think Olive Garden is my go-to right now for like road trip. I'll still do it like if you want for your birthday because you love it. But
Why don't you
I'm just
leave
kidding.
work early one day, like maybe 30 minutes before you normally would leave, and we'll go to get soup and salad, endless soup and salad before they close. Yeah.
Let's you know what we should do? Because the weather's turning a little bit here. It's still, we still have some days left of summer.
I see a couple yellow leaves.
Yeah, it's starting to turn, which is beautiful. I love fall, and I'm really looking forward to fall. But when it gets that chill in the air, that's a good time for some endless soup, because I love their white bean soup is with the sausage.
Always get that. I get the minestrone.
I get one of each because I just want to.
And the breadsticks.
Yeah, I try to stay away, but I've been out of control lately.
No,
eating
you haven't.
Everything.
You've been doing good.
No, I haven't. I've been eating everything. But anyways, sometimes you have to enjoy life. But yeah, I've never been to Olive Garden and not gotten soup and salad and all you could eat. I've never ordered a meal besides that from Olive Garden.
I always think there's an Olive Garden by your parents' house. And every time I ride by that, I remember Lawson was, well, we had to have Layton because your parents were there. But for some reason, I want to say it was just Lawson. And I remember they're just babies. And me and you went to Olive Garden.
I remember that.
And it was like a date night.
Yeah.
And we got the soup and salad. And it was busy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Outback, Outback used to be our jam on road trips when we were driving, but we're kind of getting away from Outback a little bit.
You know what it is with Outback, with Arby's, with Portillo's? I'm going to throw a shot at them too. Once you get commercialized,
like franchise.
Once you franchise and you start, everything cuts in your profits, the length of the bread, the amount of meat you put on there, the quality starts going down. I think I mentioned this about Portillo's. When Dick Portillo, he opened Portillo's, he had a standard that he made all of his employees, live up to. And when they opened a new chain, he'd fly people out from Chicago and make them work. I remember specifically at that one in Anaheim for 2 weeks. And they showed them how it was done like the Chicago way. Dick Portillo stole just under $1 billion, by the way. I think it was 9 point something. And they franchised. And then I went back a couple of years later with my dad, and I was like, hey, I didn't get Jardiniere on here. And they're like, well, Jardiniere is extra. I'm like, what? I'm like, there was no ketchup on the hot dog. They're like, let me see your ticket and make sure you're not lying. I'm like, what's happening here? I'm like, This beef sandwich is like a mini beef. And there was like less meat in there. They charged me for an extra Jardiniere. And I was like, man, where did the customer service go? Arby's, I think maybe those were just bigger because I was a kid, but it seemed like those things were huge, 5 for $5. Now I remember them being so tiny. And then when we just went to, what's the one you just said? The chain restaurant?
Olive Garden, Outback.
Outback. When we just went to Outback, it was horrible. They got
and we are not picky.
No, it was a combination of things. They got our order wrong. The steak was a shoe. Like it was really bad. The fruit that they gave Lawson was straight from the bar. It was yellow limes and cherries, and they put it in a cup to make it seem like he had a side of fruit. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But that's, again, the quality of service kind of goes down, once you franchise. And it wasn't even, there was hardly anybody in there too.
Nobody.
And we're chain restaurant people. I like all those restaurants at one point that I just talked about. But then once you commercialize things and franchise and try to grow and cut corners, it shows up.
We have to go to Texas Roadhouse.
Let's go. Let's start doing reviews of chain restaurants.
It's so good. I worked at a restaurant in Charlotte, and they franchised it. It was called.
Let's take a quick break. We'll finish up what we're talking about because we're all over the place here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Welcome back.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I worked at a restaurant in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they did franchise it. I don't know exactly. I want to say they're like in Arizona, Texas, maybe. I could be wrong. They opened up so many, but I worked at the first one, and there used to be a 2-hour wait. I was the first girl busser there. I bussed tables because there was no hostessing job, and my sister worked there. And like us and all our friends would get each other the job. And like my friend Jessie worked there, and then she got her best friend. And so my sister was the hostess, and I bussed tables with all the guys. I was the only girl. And it was actually a really good workout because it was so busy. And what you used to have to do, they called you a GA because you were guest assistant. So when somebody sat down at the table, you would have to bring them waters. The busser did. And then the server goes over, and then I would have to bring bread to the table. And just the quality was really good. It was just very on top. And then it got so popular, they opened up another one, then more and more and more, and branched out, right? And my brother was talking to me the other day, and he still goes there and gets the food. And he's like, you wouldn't believe the price of the salads now. And because he got him and my friend Megan, who I grew up with, Megan's sister actually worked at Firebirds with us too. And he's like, it's so expensive now. And he's like, and it's not like the Firebirds that you remember when we were younger. And it just loses that quality. But listen, it is still good. But
once you cut corners and then the consistency isn't there either, people want to go there and experience what they have for years. And it brings back some comfort for them, some maybe memories. And then when you start cutting those corners, people notice, people notice. But speaking of notice, you just sparked something because I've been traveling obviously back and forth a lot. And the prices at the airport are out of control.
Here we go.
Are just, it's ridiculous. It's if you make, I don't even know what the minimum wage is, but if you make $10 an hour, $15 an hour, you can't even, you got to work a week to get a meal at the airport. We got a, what do we get? We got a burger.
I got a grilled chicken salad.
I got a burger, a regular burger.
And 2 Powerades.
And a grilled chicken salad. It was $56 for a burger and a boxed salad that was pre-made in a plastic container. And the Powerades were $6 each. What are you doing over there? What are you talking about? Then what I got licorice.
It was $10.
We stopped to get a snack for the plane. I got licorice, and what did Lawson get?
Like sweet tart Twizzlers.
No, that was Leighton.
Oh,
what
Leighton?
Did Lawson get?
Oh, seaweed.
Oh, yeah, he got the seaweed. So the teriyaki seaweed. I don't know why he got that, but he wanted that and he liked it. And what else did we get? Because it was $24.
I didn't get anything because you made a comment.
I made a comment to the lady.
And I was embarrassed. I was
embarrassed.
I was like, oh my God. Jeff's like, oh, great. $10 for
I go,
Twizzler.
$10 licorice. Why don't you just sit there? I had to check myself out. What are you doing there? Do something. I don't know. I was just frustrated from the whole weekend. I have rashes. And I'm just like, what is happening here? No one even does anything anymore. I have to check myself out. And it's $24 for licorice and seaweed.
That's how it is at the grocery store. When my dad was here visiting, he spent, I don't know. He spent like $150, I think. I don't really know exactly how much. And the girl's like, oh, do you want 10 cents for a bag?
No.
And my dad goes, what? 10 cents for a bag? And she goes, yeah. My dad goes, I just spent $150. I don't get a bag. He's like, this girl's like in high school. I go, Dad, just be quiet. It's not North Carolina. He goes, what? You got to pay for bags here? Oh, isn't that? And then we're walking and my dad's just going off about 10 cents. And I was like, yeah, it's at the grocery store too. They changed it. This is ridiculous.
It's just the little things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The little things where they try to nickel and dime you and screw you just a little bit more.
But I love how my dad's trying to say that to a high schooler and she doesn't care. She's like, okay, go.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm just getting I'm getting old and like get off my lawn guy and everything's bothering me. And I'm like, these young kids, it's crazy. It's crazy where my mind is at.
Well, they
these
don't
days.
get it. Like our kids don't even get it either. They just think it's like free money is out there.
Yeah. I don't know. And we still haven't got a car yet, so we got to work on that.
Because we were going to go today and get the car. And then I was like, oh shoot, Lawson's got practice tonight, your work. And then I was like, we got to do a podcast recording. So I was like, okay, maybe tomorrow. But did we even tell that story? Like we went to go look for the car, didn't love the guy. And then I reached out it was just like, can I see the inside of the car? It's locked. Okay, how much is this one? I don't know. Got to see it. And I was like, all right, we're done with you. And I told Jeff, I said, don't like him, not buying a car from him. And I make the decision. So I was at Lawson's football practice and I was sitting in the car. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I can't remember if I told this story. So
I don't think so.
I'm thinking, and I had stayed up one night. I couldn't sleep. I never sleep.
Is it hot down here?
I'm fine. I'm in a sweatshirt.
Sweating. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And it's 2 a.m. and I spend like 2 hours. And I was looking at all these dealerships and looking at cars and everything. And I was just trying to help him out because I know he's had a lot on his plate. And I was sitting in the car at practice and I was like, I'm going to call Xfinity of Denver. That's where I used to go where we used to live when we first moved here.
Infinity.
What did I say?
Xfinity.
You guys, I'm so tired. Okay, Infinity. I actually was on the phone with Xfinity
you were.
today. So maybe that's why. And I was sitting at practice. So that's probably why I said that. So excuse me. So there was a guy, Chris, there that helped me. And he was so nice back in the day. And this was when Leighton was in a carrier. Lawson was running all over the dealership. And I even went there before Leighton was born. And he is the one that told me about, because I would take Jeff's car to get service because we only had one car. He is the one that told me about the car I have now. I have an SUV and I got it. He's not a sales guy. He works in service. And he referred me to a guy, Aaron, over there. And Aaron's gone now, not working. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call and see if Chris still works there. So I just call and he still worked there. I left him a message and I was like, hi, you don't remember me. I know you won't, but you were always very helpful and helped me. All I'm looking for is just trying to find someone, a salesperson to help me because my husband's transmission blew and we need a new car. And right away, some guy calls me, hilarious, on the phone. He sounded Southern, but I don't know if he's Southern or where he's from. He had me laughing the entire time. And I was like, okay. And I told him, he sent me his number. And I was like, okay, you're my guy. I'm going to you. I could even go tomorrow and look by myself and just see if if it's something you would like.
Why don't you pick out a car and then?
No, not buy it, but just see like, hey, Jeff, these are pictures from my phone. Because I know what you like, because I know you. And I know you'd be like, no, that's not for me.
And I know what you like. And I already don't like the price.
Love, I have stayed up and I have been helping you a lot. So give me a break.
I'm sweating. No, I will. No, we'll go check it out maybe Wednesday. Tomorrow's already Wednesday.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm
so
like,
lost.
this is like our only time. So we're very tight over here. I feel like I'm
So
delusional.
tight. I got to run to the store right now. I'm going to go get Benadryl, take that so I get knocked out and hopefully it helps my rash.
Our kids too are
And then, we need to get back into the swing of things. And then, we got a big weekend coming up. We're kind of done. We're wrapping this up, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Labor Day
I can
weekend.
put my kids to bed.
Yeah, me too.
It's
I'm going to
Labor
go to
Day
bed early.
weekend,
Yeah,
too?
we got the Cubs. The Cubs are in town here in Colorado, so we're going to go check out a game over there. That'll be fun. And then we have Monday off of work, but we'll be back with another podcast. Again, tomorrow, if you guys don't know, we switched our Big Brother bonus episode to Thursdays at 8:15 Mountain Time. Last week was great. Zach was such a little cutie. I'm so happy we had him on. We're working on some guests right now. Some of them are tougher to get than others. And so we'll see how it happens. I can't believe that it's already Wednesday tomorrow and then we have the live show. So yeah. It's been a crazy week and I can't believe how fast time is going and it's already going to be September next week.
We have Leighton's birthday in 2 weeks and I'm already like, okay, what are we doing for Leighton's birthday? And just like everything's just coming fast. But to wrap all this up, everything we've been through, it definitely just makes you realize what is important. That's what you were saying.
Absolutely.
And just, I think you and I are already close. I feel like I can't even talk. I'm like, rah, rah, rah. You and I were already close, but I feel like it makes me appreciate you more. You appreciate me more, like that whole thing. And both of us like stepping up, it's making me appreciate my kids more, even though they drive me nuts. But
our parents more, our family more, our close friends more.
Like the phone calls, like stupid little petty things that might have been bothering me. I'm like, oh my God, what was I? That's nothing, And it's sad that a death has to happen, someone you really love to like open your eyes to that because you never think it's going to happen to you.
Yeah, you don't. And it puts everything in perspective. Like I said, we did complain about certain social things that are going on in the world, but we were more so pointing out the fact how ironic it is. Because people now that write me on the internet or are mad because I have an opinion about Cracker Barrel, it's like, first of all, I don't know if you're real. Second of all, chances are you're mentally insane and you might just be a bot on the third point of view. So it's like people, the real world doesn't work like that.
Person, have you ever wrote something mean to somebody on Instagram or social media? No normal person does that. But to wrap it up, call your loved ones, tell everybody you love them. Read your cards. Oh, that's a long one.
Okay.
You want me to read it?
No. May today there be peace within. May you trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith in yourself and others. May you use the gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content with yourself just the way you are. Let this knowledge settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us.
Very good. Don't forget, live show on Thursdays, and also download, subscribe, tag your friends.
We're
all
gonna
that
stop saying that because I hate it.
No.
Because no one's like, oh, they said download and subscribe. Maybe I should.
Please download.
You know what? Don't.
Please subscribe.
I think people like listening to the opposite. So don't download and subscribe. See, now our numbers are gonna go skyrocketing. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, bye.